Franchise relations laws. In 1958, two brothers, Frank and Dan Carney, opened a small business with the $600 they borrowed from their mother. A few years later, their business became the world's most successful pizza restaurant chain, Pizza Hut. Most franchise companies started out as small independent businesses that gradually expanded. But what if they were lax in protecting their intellectual property in the early days of the business? The small hamburger restaurant owned by the brothers Maurice and Dick in a small town in California was always full of customers. They provided hamburgers swiftly when a customer made an order, and their food was tasty and affordable. However, they sold their franchising rights to Ray Kroc for $2.7 million in 1961. The hamburger restaurant that Maurice and Dick sold became McDonald's and currently has over 3,500 franchises all over the world. The annual sales of McDonald's records over $20 billion. Franchising includes all parts of intellectual properties such as patents, trademarks, copyrights, and industrial designs. The franchisee-to-be preparing to open a business can use the franchise system as is. However, if you want to start as independent business owners like Frank and Dan, you must go through a separate legal registration process in order to protect your intellectual property such as business ideas and interior designs. Rather than strengthening the management of an individual shop, the franchise increases its profits by increasing the number of stores. The franchisor may directly manage shops or give management authority to franchisees. Recently, many companies are entering overseas markets via the master franchise method. A master franchise endows the authority of a franchisor to a master franchisee in that particular overseas market. In exchange for endowing the local company with exclusive rights to use the trademark, the franchisor is paid fees at regular intervals. The master franchise system is stable, effective, and the fastest way to realize a global franchise utilizing a localization strategy. Many companies such as restaurant chains, cosmetic companies, hotel chains, and real estate companies have adopted this practice. Franchise laws differ according to regions and countries. Moreover, one must understand different languages, customs, and cultures. Starbucks, a world-famous coffee shop chain, entered the Australian market in 2000 and for 8 years recorded a loss of 143 million Australian dollars. It went through a large-scale restructuring, fired employees, and closed down 61 shops among 85. But it decided to close down the 24 remaining shops in 2014. Quality coffee and a coffee culture were what Starbucks had to compete against in Australia. John Roberts, a professor at the Australian Graduate School of Management at the University of New South Wales. I think what we've seen is that Australia has a very sophisticated coffee culture. John Culver, the president of Starbucks Asia Pacific. Starbucks failed to capture the interests of Australians who prefer European-style coffee. However, Gloria Jean's Coffee, which entered the Australian market in 1996, focused on high-quality coffee and was quite successful in Australia. Adopting a global franchising business model can help companies grow rapidly in overseas markets in a relatively short period of time. Domestic companies and business owners must develop various franchising systems to secure competitive advantages against them. Only businesses with differentiated systems and stable operation methods can become successful franchises.